So we're looking ahead to the month of June, and you would like to know what June has in store for you. So as always, please think of a number between 1 and 3. So number 1, number 2, or number 3. Not going to split the deck or anything like that, but I just would like you to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and what number pops out to you? Is it 1 or 2 or 3? Excuse me while I just shuffle my deck. As you know, this deck I use for both upright and reverse meanings. So I need to shuffle both ways. So what does June hold for you? Are you number 1? Are you number 2? Are you number 3? So in this reading, we have 4 cards. So I think this is my first 4-card reading. Insert caption below that says, no, it's not. I did the 4 points reading, but I think I also had a common card. So what the reading is, 4 cards, as I said. What energies will be flowing with me this month? Where should I be focusing my attention this month? What challenge might I face this month? And is there something I should work towards letting in? So hopefully this will bring you lots of answers for what to manifest during this month, what to focus on. What to perhaps avoid in the challenges that you face, and what you should be working towards. So, hope you have your number. My cards are nice and shuffled and ready for you. Hello, group number 1. Let's shuffle and see what June has in store for you. That one jumped off. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 for you. So while it appears to be in reverse for you right now, it's actually upright. Because if you don't know by now, I flip upside down. Two. Three. 4. So We have 1 upright and 3 in reverse. Very interesting. So card number 1, what do I need to know this month? So card number 1 is what energies will be flowing with you this month. We have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is a religious man of learning. So the Hierophant is a symbol of religious authority. His traditional, oh wow, I can't say this word, ecclesiastical. What? His traditional dress and crook signify his role as the guardian of the church and shepherd of the people. Numbered 5, he signifies unification, and he is the spiritual companion of number 2, the High Priestess. Let me just, here. You can see him and his traditional dress and his crook, which is actually from Egyptian myth. As you may know, the crook and flail are always, the pharaohs are always buried with their crook and flail. So, what energies will be flowing with you this month? So the meaning of the Hierophant is that inspiring words from a respected individual, an opportunity to learn, the unlocking of truths that bring freedom, a time to commit to future growth through further education, career development, or a love relationship. An alternative meaning of this card is marriage. So the energy that may be flowing through you this month is marriage. Very interesting. There are opportunities now to experience life at a higher level. You may also find that the Hierophant symbolizes a source of comfort during difficult times, along with the knowledge that you are supported by the universe, whatever you do. So what energies will be flowing with you this month? Seems to me that very positive energies are flowing with you this month. So perhaps it's to do with learning. So you'll find success in learning. It seems like you'll find success in whatever you do, but learning, aka further education or career development, even a love relationship. So there are opportunities now to experience life at a higher level. So June will be a very good month for you. You're running with good energies through June. Number 2 is, where should I be focusing my attention this month? So we have the 10 of Wands in reverse. Now, the 10 of Wands in reverse. Oh, so what should you be focusing your attention on this month? So this is a very harsh meaning in that you may be blaming other people for your problems. So these wands in this instance represent the rods on your back. So a burden that you are carrying. Now in the upright meaning, the burden you are carrying is just too much going on for you, and that you should seek someone to help lessen your load. But when it is reversed, it means that you are the person putting so much burden on yourself. Now perhaps it means that you are putting too much on your plate, or perhaps it just means that you are creating problems when there are none. So what should you be focusing your attention on? I would say that it's telling you to focus your attention on lessening the burdens, where this could be lessening your workload, or this could just be, you know, looking within yourself and saying, okay, am I stressing about something that I don't need to stress about? So you should focus your attention on that this month to make your life easier, not just in June, but forever. What challenges might I face this month? We have the sun in reverse. The reverse sun shows worry about, oh, here we have worry about this one and worry in this one. So it shows worry about health, children, and projects. You have a clear vision of the way you would like things to be, but frustratingly, you may be beset by delays to your plans, perhaps because there is too much on your plate, as we have with the reverse Ten of Wands. So what you had envisioned to be the perfect scenario looks like wishful thinking. Don't give up hope. The situation will improve, but it will take a little time. So it just seems like maybe it's not specifically health or children or projects, but it definitely seems like there will be some setbacks and things will take longer than you envisioned them to. So that seems to be your challenge for the month of June. So that's why I was telling you to focus your attention on lessening your load, because there is just too much going on for your plans to succeed in the way that you think they will, or the way that, or in the time frame that you think they will. So your last card is there something I should work towards letting go? Again, a wand card in reverse. So you should work towards letting go of the Three of Wands in reverse. Now the Three of Wands in reverse signifies communication problems. So perhaps this is why what you had hoped to go through properly has not gone through. Maybe it's not just your own burdens, or perhaps it says the rods on your back are of your own making. So perhaps communication problems. Maybe you're not so great at communication. Maybe you are someone who doesn't like to talk directly to a person. Maybe you're not confrontational, whether that is in an aggressive way or not. So communication problems. So people at work hamper your progress, and relationships are beset by tension as misunderstandings prevail. It is better to take a stoical attitude than directly confront the situation. Conserve your energies for more fortuitous times. So while we have the sun saying that don't give up hope and continue, it's just not the right time. This says to conserve your energies and to not be confrontational. So while it says that you've not had the best communication, it's also saying now is perhaps not the time to bring that up, or perhaps now is not the time to bring up the problems that you have, because everything will work itself out. So long as you get those rods off your back and lessen your workload. I think that lessening your workload and understanding that things will work out eventually, and to not confront people immediately. I think these cards work really well in harmony to give you the best advice. It says, it's interesting because this says that this month will bring only good things. But I think it means good things will come to those who wait. Perhaps all of these issues are just setting you up for a better future than you could have imagined, because this says hope. Don't give up, don't lose hope, don't give up on hope. Things will work themselves out. So perhaps the Hierophant is casting his hand over the month of June for you to, yes, all these things are sort of standing in your way, but they're only standing in your way to make things better in the future. I hope that makes sense to you, because it's definitely good things come to those who wait. That's what I am seeing in your reading today. Okay. I hope that helped. Good. I hope that you are focusing on good, positive things for your reading today. There is this guy who's been sticking out the back, so. And then this one, the very bottom card. This one was popping out. Very interesting. You're reading. Your cards are popping out very quickly. So you obviously are thinking about your month ahead. Again, this one was popping up when I was shuffling. So let me just pop the rest of your cards here. So, card number 1, we have what energies will be flowing with you this month. The Queen of Swords in reverse. There are 2 meanings really to the reversed Queen of Swords. We have someone who is kind of aggressive, perhaps, a sarcastic person. I also have words here like ruthless and manipulator. So hopefully that is not you. I'm thinking that the alternative interpretation is lowering defenses and trusting others to take control. So maybe you've had a sort of, it's kind of an outdated expression now, I think, but you've had a sort of Jesus take the wheel moment, where maybe you've just had enough and you're kind of just going with the flow, and you're hoping that whatever happens will happen with good reason. And maybe that is your energy for this month, like, que sera, sort of, like life can just sort of do what it wants, and you're just along for the ride. Maybe that's your energy. Maybe you've had a little bit of a rough time, and you've been sort of, you've been trying really, really hard, but things just haven't worked out. So you're just gonna let the universe do its thing. And hopefully, we'll find out from this reading, hopefully that is a good thing for you. So we have, where should I be focusing my attention this month? The reverse 3 of Swords. Interestingly, the previous group had the reverse 3 of Swords. So, Wands, my mistake. I said Swords, but I read Wands. The reverse 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands in reverse means that situations, so what does it say? Focus your attention on. So situations are fraught with communication problems, People at work hamper your progress, and relationships are beset by tension as misunderstandings prevail. So focus your attention. It says, it is better to take a stoical attitude than directly confront the situation. Conserve your energies for a more fortuitous time. So it's not saying, so actually this seems to be saying that your original thought of sitting back and just letting things happen is right, because it's saying, you know, take a stoical attitude, conserve your energies for more fortuitous times. Very interesting. So yes, you're having, like, there have been communication problems, but even when you were trying more actively, there were these same communication problems, because, you know, communication problems don't just happen overnight. You know, there's not, you know, one miscommunication can lead to many miscommunications. So maybe you were trying before, and then that's why you're sort of like, nah, I'm done. And so again, it's like, you know, just let the time pass, you know, let the comments pass, and then when the energies are better aligned, that's the time to say something. Probably not during the month of June, as this is the month of June reading, but I think, you know, it says, wait, the time is coming. What challenges might I face this month? So we have this man here, a negotiator with authority and quiet confidence. The king shows the resolving of difficulties under firm administration. So it says challenges, but we have, he is an authority figure, and you're having communication troubles at work. So maybe this man comes and fixes it. So it says he makes an excellent business person and patron of the arts, and is an intuitive ruler. However, he may at times appear remote or slightly uncomfortable. So he, you know, you're having these communication problems maybe with a co-worker. This guy's your boss, and instead of sort of putting this other person in their place right away, maybe he doesn't, you know, really like the role of someone in charge, and so it's difficult for him to, you know, maybe set things straight or to even discipline this other person. So he is your obstacle or your challenge for this month, because he's maybe not doing exactly what it is. Maybe he's gonna get there, but maybe not as quickly as you had hoped. All right, so last card is there something I should work towards letting go? The Ten of Wands in reverse. Okay, my last reading literally had the Three of Wands in reverse and the Ten of Wands in reverse. So without even looking at my book, the Ten of Wands in reverse represents the rods. So in an upright position, they represent the rods on your back and the burdens that you're carrying. In this position, it is the exact same. These represent the rods on your back, the burdens that you're carrying, but suggests that these burdens or rods or problems are of your own making. And so you need to, you know, what you should work towards letting go is of these burdens that you're making for yourself. Maybe it is taking on too many things at once, or maybe it is, you know, making a mountain out of a molehill. I think a lot of us have the tendency to do that, where we, you know, one small thing somehow becomes a big thing, and, you know, it's the small things that can irritate us the very most in life. So this card is telling you to work towards letting go of making mountains out of molehills or over stressing over the things that we can't control. You have this card here sort of saying, I'm sort of, letting whatever will be will be. So you should work towards letting go of that and letting go, and you should try and let go of all these extra wands on your back. They don't necessarily need to be there. I think that life can be difficult enough without adding adding our own worry to the pile. I have heard it said that worrying about a situation does not do anything to help the situation. So why are you worrying about it? And I think that worrying is a human thing to do, but I think it's something that we could all do with unlearning. Like, let's not worry about things, because really it doesn't help. But it's always difficult. I think that's a very difficult thing to let go of. But I think that, your attitude towards this month is right in the fact that, just some things are bound to happen. So, take one of these rods as worry. Just take it off your back. Just remove the worry. Whatever will happen, will happen. So just, and that's one less rod on your back. So hopefully this has been useful, perhaps enlightening for you, and I wish you the very best of Junes. So group number 3, so let's prepare your reading, shall we? So 4 cards for you. This one is number 1, it's just sort of jumping out. And I guess this one's number 2 because it's jumping out too. Alright, let's see what else we have. Now that's a few. Number 3. You really are focusing on the month of June, aren't you? You're like, I want to know. I want to know, and I will know. Oh, perhaps I've put you off. Oh, this guy jumped. Alrighty, put the spares just here. So, we have only one upright for you, because I flipped them opposite. So, number 1, what energies will be flowing with me this month? Oh, the 2 of Cups in reverse. So, interesting that it's flowing within me, and we are talking about, and we turn over the 2 of Cups. So the 2 of Cups in reverse, what energy is flowing with me? So a testing and difficult time for your love life. Relationships may break up, leading to separation as communication breaks down. Previous happiness can turn to disharmony in friendships too, as confidences are not kept. Betrayal abounds, so delay committing to partnerships and temporarily suspend your trust. Okay, so things are not going well for you with relationships this month. Perhaps you have had someone make you question if you're putting your trust in the right place or in the right people or even in the right situation. So this month you're just a little bit unsure, a little bit cautious, a little bit perhaps even jaded and cynical of other people and their intentions. So maybe you are a little bit, cynical, a little bit upset this month, and I'm sorry for that. So something has happened to just make you a little bit more wary, a little more cautious, maybe even a little more cynical. So I'm sorry that this is the energy that will be flowing through you, but I hope that, you know, there are 2 cups here. You can choose one cup or the other. In my personal interpretation, you can choose to drink the cup of, you know, hesitance and mistrustfulness, or you can choose to drink the other cup. You know, you can refuse this cup and you can pick the other one. You have the choice of the 2 cups to drink from. And I think it would benefit you greatly to look at the contents of both cups before deciding what to drink. Okay, so number 2, where should I be focusing my attention this month? So we have justice. So justice is usually pretty self-explanatory. So we have balance and justice, of course, and decisions, resolution, and fairness. So where should you be focusing your attention this month? Now, we, funnily enough, just spoke about choosing which of the 2 cups to drink from, and how, you know, and look at her. She has, yes, not 2 cups, but two small containers. I'm not sure what they're called on scales, but 2 things. And they're perfectly balanced with one another. So, you know, maybe your 2 of cups, we have one on top of the other. So it's just sort of overflowing with this sort of distaste for humanity or distaste for others in your life, whereas this is showing the perfect balance and what it should be like. Because yeah, there's good, yeah, there's bad, but you can balance it and everything can be just. So, when justice appears, a settlement is about to be negotiated. So what are we focusing up my attention on? When justice appears, a settlement is about to be negotiated. This card can be interpreted literally in terms of dealing with legal matters and on a broader life level, in that it indicates the summing up of a long-standing project or situation. Agreements will be reached to your advantage, provided that you have acted with due fairness in the past. So, as I said, fairness is one of the... Oh, I'm leaning on it. My mistake. Fairness is one of the meanings of or interpretations of this card, and maybe you are not being fair in the fact that you are cynical of others. So what you should be focusing your attention on? We have decisions, resolution, balance, and fairness. And of course, just her name herself, justice. So what challenges might I face this month? We have the King of Cups in reverse. Now cups represent, well, you have the Two of Cups before. Cups represent abundance, usually. So the King of Cups in reverse. The King of Cups in reverse. He shows vulnerability rather than strength, which he fails to deal with in a mature way. He may exhibit addictive, destructive behavior as a means of escape. So what challenges might you face this month? So the King of Cups could be someone in your life, or it could be you. Obviously we already know you're a little bit cynical of others right now. So this says that the king is insecure, and or the king fails to deal with the insecurity in a mature way and may exhibit addictive, destructive behavior as a means of escape. So maybe I've spoken in previous readings about self-sabotage. I believe that is something that a lot of us struggle with, not meaning to. So it says destructive behaviors, addictive, destructive behaviors. So I think that could be the challenge for you this month, is that, you know, you see the things around you just not going very well, and instead of being just, because that's what it says, focus your attention on balance, fairness, and justness. And then this one is saying about destruction. So I think the challenges you're facing are destruction, perhaps self-sabotage, or sabotage of relationships because a past relationship has not gone well. So I think, you know, this is a challenge, again, you know, if you're treating this relationship badly because of a past relationship, think back to justice. Think back to treating people fairly and treating people and to being fair, and thinking, you know, taking a step back and thinking, is this just, you know, is this fair? Or is it just because of what has happened? So, number 4, is there something I should work towards letting go? Very cup heavy today. So the 7 of Cups. Now, as I said, in reverse, my mistake. As I said, the Cups. Okay, so the Suit of Cups represent emotions and relationships. So this is why, you know, you're not having the best of times, because you had a rough time with a relationship, and then you've got a destructive relationship. And now the 7 of Cups in reverse. Deal with things how they are. Deal with how things are rather than how you would like them to be. So a desire to have all your wishes granted may mean you denying an underlying truth. In a relationship, the 7 reverse can show deception in love. So perhaps that's what happened here. But I would say letting go, we have, you know, instead of thinking of, you know, oh, if I won the lottery, this is how my life would be. You've got to focus on what you have, because you have a lot. Like, you have full cups here. You know, you do have a lot in your life. And, you know, sometimes the grass is always greener on the other side. So you're not, you're not thinking about what you have and what you can do with what you have. You're just too busy looking over the fence. And that's perhaps what you need to let go of, is remember, I once saw a picture, and it was an apple, a very shiny, beautiful apple, looking into a mirror. And so the front of the apple, it said, what social media sees. And then you've got, this beautiful, polished, lovely looking apple, the prettiest apple you've seen. And then at the back of the apple, what you can see, because you're standing behind them, is that there's a giant bite being taken out of. And that represents real life. Everyone will put a shiny spin on what is going on in their life. But, everyone's had bits taken away from them. They've had their troubles. So don't compare yourself to others. Don't imagine, stop sort of imagining what life could be like, because if you imagine too much in the future, you're not working with what you already have. And what you already have is probably something strong and something that can build into the life that you want. You have the building blocks, you have the bricks to make the castle. You just have to put them together. So I hope that this was enlightening and beneficial for you, and I will see you next time.